Well, doesn't this look like a murder scene? Welcome back to the garage. We have a special project today, taking these brand new ML Toys gearboxes along with the steel second gear, triple motor plates that will fit not just one motor, but multiple motors. Let's get started. A couple things to note. This is the first time I've ever done any sort of modifications on these Power Wheels gearboxes, so this is a learning experience for myself. There we have it, folks. The inside of an ML Toys Phoenix Gearbox. For the bigger gear in the third gear, I'm going to go ahead and use a plastic Ziploc bag to safely store those. Keep them out of the elements. For my other two gears that I will not be using, slide those off into another Ziploc baggie. Save them for spare parts or some other project along the way, perhaps. I love that they use actual steel pins to locate on the gears. For my other piece here, I have a bigger Ziploc bag dedicated for it. Get that in there. Nice and secure, away from the elements. Flipping over my gearbox, I have my 775 motor adapter. These just pop on and off, like so. Triple motor gear plate. This hole right here will locate on this feature, like so. And my screws, I believe, will go here and here. Right now I'm just borrowing some screws. Kind of locate everything. Something like that. One thing that's noticed immediately is this plate does not sit flat. And that is due to another boss right here. Trim that off. It's a Sharpie with the finest tip available. I'm going to go through and trace my holes and the slots. Using the motor screws is kind of a way to keep the plate in place. The small holes here, I'll probably just keep the plate on and drill through just to make sure I'm aligned. Now the fun part. With everything all traced up nice and neat, I'm going to start with the pinion holes first. My thought is I might try one of these type of drill bits to hog off the majority of the material, and then I'll come through with the Dremel, similar to what I did with the Eleanor Power Wheels Mustang, installing the speakers. Either I'll be using this type of bit, or I bought a brand new one. It's the 9903. It's got a longer flute length. And it's a ball end, so I could literally plunge into the material. In comparison, kind of what that looks like. Let's see how this goes. Hole wise, nothing too scientific, just trying to hit the center. Yeehaw. This is going to make a mess. And my last one. This one I definitely can't screw up. There we go. So there's step one. I think I'm still in the lines. Wouldn't be a bad time to grab that plate, throw it back on, get it relined up. That's better. Let's check the other side, see how we're doing. So we got our one hole right here, second hole here, third hole there. I hope that's going to work out. What I may have to do is do a little trimming inside this part of the gearbox to make sure a bolt or screw of some sort is allowed to go in. Same thing over here. And then that one, yeah, might have some modification potentially. Granted, this is going to get removed at some point because that's for the first gear and it will no longer be needed. Start slotting these as well as slot those. I think I'm going to go ahead and drill one hole in each of these two slots just to have a starting point, and I'll use a smaller drill bit for this slot here and just go from there. So I think my first mistake is I should have used a smaller drill bit for these slots. So you can see I probably went a little bit oversized, and then the next step smaller for this slot as well. So that's on me. I got the new bit loaded up. I figured I'd try the camera from this angle, so hopefully it's not quite as shadowy and you can kind of see what I'm doing from a different perspective. See how that works out. Here goes nothing. Oh. Observations. This thing cuts really good. Do a little more trimming here, down here. I started cutting that slot and then it decided to bounce off. On these slots, I'm going to try using the ball part of it to just kind of barely mark it and just kind of go back and forth, create a little bit of a valley that way until I dive in. Well, doesn't this look like a murder scene? I'm going to have Phoenix red all over the entire garage for a while. Nonetheless, in the middle of me doing all this wonderful work, I ran out of iPhone storage, so my 3-minute or so video turned into a 23-second video. I apologize. My next step is to take a knife and start deburring all the excess material out of the way, and then I'll show you what we got to work with. All right, I definitely did a number on this thing. hopefully in a good way. See that I got this piece here. I'll probably just want to cut out and keep working on the slot. Still not 100% sure with this housing here, or maybe I just kind of cut it like so, and yeah, I don't know. That's going to be interesting. So here's the slot that I was attacking. Did I not go deep enough? There we go. Now it's gone-ish. Yeah. Looks like a hot mess. It'll take me a little while to get this cleaned up. I'm going to go through, try to clean all those up really good. Come back on the back side. Anything I need to retouch off. Oh, like this. Whoops. Or anything I need to still do. I'll be doing that off camera. Because apparently I'm running out of memory. Time for a new phone. I think I have this as good as I'm going to get it. I cut kind of behind the boss here. I might need to cut a little more clearance. We'll find out. And then I end up having to kind of go through. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, hold on. That might be enough room for a bolt. Worst case, I'll have to cut more of that off. Huh, I forgot about that. And I forgot about that. I got a long ways to go, guys. I gotta appreciate how well this Phoenix Gearbox is built. Pretty darn close on the slots and the holes. I did do a bunch of cleaning inside the best I could to get rid of all the rest of the burrs and so forth. So down here, I really had to get rid of some of this ribbing just to get the bolt to go in there, and the slot over here similar as well. Remove some material of slot. Over here, sorry, I'm shaking the camera. Not my proudest thing, but essentially I tried to back cut underneath here. So here is the supplied screw they give you for the motors, and essentially it should be able to come through, slide, go across like so. I don't know how you're going to ever get it tightened up, but that's a different story. Maybe it'll hopefully go where it clocks the motor that way or something. Either way, this boss might be an issue. I'll be curious to see later on. I used QD or Berryman's electronic cleaner to really go through and try to clean all this up. I did have to take one of the pins out. The first gear pin's long gone. This is the reason for the plates, is the first gear delete. So later on I will repress back in that pin, and we'll go from there. I think for right now I'm going to call it a night. As we come to a wrap, please like and subscribe to this channel, leave a comment, and be sure to check out the website www.reviveriderace.com to learn more. In the meantime, fix it, charge it, send it.